Hey guys, this is Becca. I'm back for my week 58 check-in of my Atelier online drawing training program. This week went a lot better than last week, as expected, but I am thoroughly relieved to tell you that I was much less stressed and less frustrated this week, went way more smoothly, basically exactly as expected and as it does every single time. So if you're having a bad week, you guys hang in there. I promise the next week will always be better. Pretty much guaranteed, at least in my case. So let me tell you the process that I've been going through for the 2-minute quick sketch drawings. So there's a 3-phase process. Step 1 is that I copy Jeff's drawings. So Jeff does the drawings in 3 minutes. I'm not sure why they're supposed to be 2-minute drawings, but he does them in 3 minutes. And so I copy them as close to his drawings as possible. And this is definitely the most frustrating part, and it definitely takes the longest. Step 2 is I use my iPad, as you can see behind me, and I take it off and I put a piece of tracing paper over it, and I use guided access, which you can look up on YouTube, but basically it does a screen lock, so when you are drawing over it, it doesn't like move stuff around a bunch. So I do that, and I try to use the Riley abstractions and also the rhythms and abstractions from the more complex sheet that Jeff gives. That I drew last week. And I try to use those to better understand how the pieces of the body or the muscles and the bones are interlocking, and basically just really this is very much like the thinking process of it, where I'm thinking like, okay, how does this work? Which rhythms can I use at different angles? What will be helpful for different types of poses? So I go through that, and I basically do the trace overs using the rhythms and whatever abstractions I can use, and some of the mannequins as well. And then the last and final step is that I actually do the 2-minute quick sketches. And this is totally surprising to me, by far the most fun part. I really, really enjoy doing the quick sketches. They're really fun. I feel very relaxed. If it's bad, I just move on really quick. It's only 2 minutes. So that came as a big surprise to me that I just didn't feel bad when my drawings were bad because they were so short. I just had very low expectations. So, and I also feel like they feel dynamic, and even when they're not great drawings, they're just kind of fun to do. So the last step is the fun one for me. And then I go back to the next set of photos and start over again. So as you can obviously tell, my drawings look very, very different than Jeff's drawings. Much more simplistic and much more simplified. And that is one thing I've been kind of struggling with, the balance there of basically when to use the mannequin / abstraction approach and when to use a much more detailed and specific approach. And going along with that, I'm sort of wondering how helpful it really is for me to copy Jeff's drawings right now. And obviously it's not because Jeff's drawings aren't good. They are good. He's a great artist. But it feels a little bit like I'm just copying something that I don't understand. So it would be akin to like me if I was taking like Mandarin 101 or whatever, and I was in a class and the teacher just said like, copy this page of written text in Mandarin to another piece of paper. Like if you don't know what you're copying, it doesn't mean anything to you. So for me, a lot of the stuff the indications that Jeff uses and some of the shorthand and basically a lot of things that don't match up exactly with the drawing, exactly with the photo, I don't know what they mean, so I just copy them. And I'm not really sure that's helping me. Like I wouldn't say I could redraw them from memory. I'm not using any of the stuff, I guess, from Jeff's drawings in my drawings because I don't know what they mean. I don't know what anatomically they're referencing because I don't have a great knowledge of anatomy. So I'll probably keep doing them, but it does feel like not really like a great reward for time spent at this point. I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this and sort of like how you pick references to use that are to the right level. You know, like you're not going to give a little kid Hamlet to read. Like you're going to give a little kid a book that's directed for children, like that's actually useful for them to read. And so for drawing, it kind of feels the same way. I took a community college class last year, and we did a lot of copies from Bridgman, and I felt the same way about drawing from Bridgman, where I was like, I don't understand what I'm drawing right now. I'm just copying. I might as well be like copying, drawing an engine motor or something. I don't know what any of these things do. So that's sort of like some thoughts that I'm having right now, going through this, but I'm actually, getting better. I can see improvement already, and I just really, really enjoy doing the fast drawings on my own. So that was a great surprise for me. So next week I'll start the 3 minutes. I have to wrap up a few more 2 minutes, but that is it for this week. On to the drawings.